Christmas is in the rear view, and away we go. Battle of Alberta, Part 2, down at the Dome. We get you set for the Oilers and the Flames right here on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the pregame show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola with you, live on location. Boston Pizza, 170th Street. Nasties are here. We got Quentin, we got Calvin, we got Marge, we got Tody, we got Curtis, we got Tommy Rubella and friends. And I know Vance Van Vandervan is also here. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. It's nice and warm. The game day specials are ready to go. It's Saturday night. There's football on. There's hockey on. We've got a ton of giveaways, so come on down if you can make it. 170th Street. We'll be here all night long. Ben Thomson back at EST Global HQ. Matt Kassian from his satellite studio will be joining us shortly. Let's welcome in Benny. And then as we get set for the 19, 13, and 6 Oilers, taking on the 15, 18, and 4 Calgary Flames. Hello, Benny. Good to see you again today.
I know, a long time no talk. It's been a while. Hope you had a good holidays. We had nothing going on this morning, so just kidding. We had
nothing at all.
We had a great Hello Hockey show this morning,
yes.
And now we're going to have a great pre and post. It should be a good one between two teams that just played each other and seemed like there was some good fireworks and some animosity that went down, and I'm excited to see if it translates into tonight's game.
I sure hope so. Yeah. I really want to see that. So, good night overall on Tuesday for the Oilers in that 5-1 win. Connor Ingram got the start, got the win, 2-0 as an Oiler. He'll go again tonight. No lineup changes for the Oilers. The only thing that's different, and we hinted at this on the post-game show because we knew it was coming down the pike, was David Tomaszek and his time with the Oilers coming to an end. The team formally announced it, yesterday?
Yeah.
Saying that they had terminated his contract. He's heading back to Sweden. And unfortunately, that's the way it ends in his NHL career. I know he's, at 29 years old, leading the Swedish league in scoring last year. He wanted to make a go of it in the National Hockey League, see what he could do. And a couple goals, couple assists, but overall was mostly a healthy scratch the last few weeks. And finds himself on his way back to Europe. The Oilers looking for the first 3-game winning streak of the season. Unbelievable that it hasn't happened yet, but here's the lineup that will try to get the job done in game number 38. McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl between Podkolzin and Roslovic. Henrique with Mangiapane and Savoy. Frederick between Jones and Janmark. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Agrula, Stasny with Emerson, no Lazar, no Stillman for the Oil. As for the Flames, Morgan Frost between Jonathan Huberdeau and Matt Coronado, Nazem Kadri with Yegor Sharangovich and Joel Farabee, Michael Backlund between Connor Zary and Blake Coleman, John Beecher centering Ryan Lomberg and Adam Klapka, Kevin Ball paired up with Rasmus Anderson. We had Dave Pagnotta talking about Anderson's future, says he thinks that he still gets traded this year. Jan Kuznetsov with Mackenzie Weegar, Joel Hanley with Hunter Brustevich. Sorry, you got to emphasize the second part. Brustevich. Braden Pahal and Justin Kirkland are your scratches for the Flames. Your starting goalies, 28-year-old Connor Ingram, like I mentioned before, 2-0 this season, 2.0 goals against average, 920 save percentage in his 2 games, 3-1-1 record versus the Flames lifetime, 273 goals against average, 908 save percentage in the 6 appearances against Calgary. And at the other end of the rink, this guy made some great saves the other night here in town. 24-year-old Dustin Wolf, 11, 14, and 2 on the year, 3.0 goals against average, 895 save percentage, 2 shutouts in 28 games this year. He has a 1-1-1 record versus Edmonton lifetime with a 354 GAA, 893 save percentage in 3 games versus the Oil. Let's go to the Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy injury report. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You have a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach. Trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today. www.advantagesportmed.ca or call 780-460-9977 for the Oilers. Jake Wallman still out. LTIR, lower body. Noah Philp, LTIR, upper body. Kasperi Kapanen, LTIR knee. Connor Clattenburg, LTIR eye. For the Flames, Jake Bean, IR undisclosed. Martin Pospisil, IR undisclosed. Samuel Honzek, IR upper body. Have your say. Text us, 780-218-9999. Benny's going to throw out the question of the night. You can also jump into the nasty chat as well. And then we're going to get to Cass for Game Changers. Oh, by the way, Ryan Pike from Flames Nation will be joining us a little bit later on to give us the scoop on the Calgary Flames. Benny.
Question of the night tonight is, if Connor Ingram wins tonight and secures the Oilers' first 3-game winning streak of the year, does he, 1, get the start in their next game, and 2, if so, does it become Connor Ingram's backups? Does he take over the backup role over Calvin Pickard if they win tonight's game? Let us know.
Just tonight's game?
Just tonight's game.
I still think that no. I'll say no.
I'm with you.
A step in the right direction. Obviously, they're willing to ride the hot hand. I know Cass is going to want to talk about that shortly. I still think you need to see more. These 3 games is too small of a sample size if he gets the win tonight down at the Saddle Dome. So what say you? With the win, Benny's asking tonight, if Ingram gets it, does he take over as the quote-unquote backup when Tristan Jarry returns? Did I give that the proper context?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's bring in our game analyst, Matt Kassian, see what he has to say about that, because it'll lead into point number 1. But, Cass, what would you say to that question of the night, first of all?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He may have. Like, you could see Pickard put on waivers.
After just 3 games? Well,
I mean, you know what Pickard is. Everybody knows what Pickard is.
Yep.
And Ingram was a starter. We have to remember that too. Ingram was a starter in the NHL. So is it? I don't know. Listen, it still could go both ways. You have with Ingram a 10-game window. We have to remember this too. You have a 10-game window. Right, he hits 10 games here on the roster, and all of a sudden he's got to clear waivers again to go back down. So it could create a little bit of an interesting scenario, certainly. Yeah, I mean, it's such a good question, Benny, because it's like there's no easy answer to that.
Yeah.
But I do lean towards he could. I mean, like, listen, he's been good. He's been solid. Pickard hasn't been great this year. If you put Pickard on waivers, does he clear? Maybe. So I don't know, guys. We could see it. It's possible.
What say you? 780-218-9999. Benny's asking, if Ingram wins tonight, do you think that kind of seals the deal that he becomes the backup when Tristan Jarry returns and we see the Oilers move on from Calvin Pickard? We want to hear from you. I think it's too early. Cass says maybe. Benny, you're saying yes?
See, I don't even know the answer to my own question.
It's your own question.
I know. I will say, if Connor Ingram wins tonight, he's 1 win away from officially beating out Pickard. I think if he starts the next game and wins that one, goes 4-0 in his start with the Oilers, he's taking over Calvin Pickard.
Interesting. What a development. Let's go into Game Changers, brought to you as always by Damon Bunting Real Estate. Damon Bunting, consistent top producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. All right, question of the night ties into point number 1 very, very nicely. Cass, all in Ingram.
Yeah, listen, you're playing the guy over and over and over again here. 3rd game in a row, winning you're in type style for this goaltending here. And a ton of pressure, I think, put on Calvin Pickard with Connor Ingram coming in and playing quite well. Now, there's all kinds of people in the nasty chats already lighting up, usual culprits, the people that were very anti-Skinner, pro-Pickard, and have been for multiple years, seem to have continued the I don't know what's to call it, the crusade, maybe, with the Ingram, how can you after 4 games? It's like, well, Pickard's been statistically the worst goalie in the league, or one of the worst goalies in the league all year for a goalie that's played a number of games. The Oilers see this, and they have a goalie that, yes, he wasn't great in the AHL. yes, he's working his way back in, but he's been pretty darn good so far in the NHL. And has the team played better in front of him? Of course they have. Yeah. Of course they have. And they were starting to play better in front of Stuart Skinner before he got traded for Jari, and in front of Pickard before the Skinner trade and before Ingram got called up and Jari got hurt. But it's interesting to me that even coming out of a break, we're going to see Ingram go back in. And that was I get getting in the 2 games, and then you have the Christmas break, and now you're going back to them again for a third time. And that's taking that win in your mentality. I'm fine with that, but it is just, again, interesting to me mentally what this has to communicate to Pickard. And second to that, what does this say about Tristan Jarry's injury as well, and the timing of that? Like, what are we setting up for here, heading into the stretch into the Olympic break? It's an interesting situation. Now, it's not the most offensive team in the world in the Calgary Flames, not a team that puts up a ton of goals. They've certainly at times struggled to find and to generate offense. But guys, I mean, listen, they're putting it all in on Ingram right now. 3 games in a row. It's again not quite shocking, but a little bit surprising and certainly interesting that Ingram's going back into the net. And if he plays a great game tonight, and that's where I think your question was so good. It's like he's starting to push on Pickard a little bit, and then potentially pushing him out, much to the chagrin of many Pickard faithfuls.
I'm going to go to Cal in the park, who texts in. Cal says, in all due respect to the question of the night, it should be, what happens to Tony's bets now that Tomaszek is no longer at Edmonton?
Yeah.
It means we eat real good here. Tony knows it. First thing, he looked at me, and I just smiled and said, hey, Tony. And he goes, all right, just get it out. I'm like, what? Oh, good to see you. Oh, man. And then Jason the Acadian and Andrea are coming down. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Haven't seen them in a little while. Tommy Rubella 2.0, who is here with Vance Van Vandervan, says the vibe here is golden. Long live Tommy Gazzola. Hat trick for Tommy's boy tonight. He's got his Janmark with Tommy t-shirt on from the classic Tommy's Boy. So well done, Tommy Rubella. Come on down. Join us at Boston Pizza 170th. Lots of great giveaways. I think that's an Eagles jersey to give away tonight. So, and then a bunch of other stuff. So it should be great. All right, Cass, point number 2 on Game Changers, physical tone.
Yeah. You have to think the Calgary Flames are going to, at home here, coming out of the break, try to embrace some of that physicality that the game ended with, some of that animosity that the game ended with before the break. I think that bodes well for Edmonton to try to suck them in or pull them into the game, pull everyone together to emotionally get the team there. There's not too many times we look at the NHL schedule and we're kind of like, oh, the schedule makers got it right. Now, I know they got it right because they have to fit everything in and make it work, and it's complex and all the things. Yes. But from a rivalry standpoint, this is great. You play them right before the break. You have a couple days off, and then you play them again. Coming all out of your Christmas break, fat and sassy off the turkey. It's a great thing, and I'm just excited to see the animosity continue to boil in the back-to-back game with your provincial rivals who struggled at times this season, but have been playing a little bit better hockey recently, and kind of not all the way back into the playoff mix for the Calgary Flames, but they've been scratching and clawing their way and trying to make it back, and they don't like the Edmonton Oilers. And it was very apparent towards the end of that one that tempers were heated, emotions were high, and I really anticipate we're going to see a spillover of that tonight. Now, does it mean there's going to be like 8 fights? No. Does it? Maybe it does, but probably not. Does it mean, you're going to get, all the craziness early on? Maybe not, but just from an intensity standpoint, the fireworks are there. Like one of the guys on either of the team just has to kind of flick the lighter a couple of times to set this thing off to where it does become that type of game that we know and love watching between the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. But I have to assume that it's going to be Calgary that's bringing that energy first. Now, there could be some trepidation there because Edmonton lit them up in the power play before the break. And, for a team that is pretty good 5-on-5 but doesn't score a lot of goals in the power play, Calgary could say, hey, guys, we need to be careful here. Don't turn it into a penalty fest because we are going to be on the losing end of that, which is very, very true. That being said, can be hard to control yourself a little bit sometimes when you really don't like the other team, which is the case tonight for sure.
Okay, you want to talk about fat and sassy? Twitter Mary and Dave just arrived, and Mary just dropped these off. I don't know. Oh, my God. Yeah, Benny. Yeah, Benny.
That looks
there you go.
Amazing. How good do these look? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Dave. Oh, we're going to be eating good here tonight at Boston Pizza Westgate 170th, where with David Tomaszek not scoring 20 goals this season, I just got free BP for a year. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, poor Tony. It is Game Changers with Matt Kassian. Point number 1 was all in Ingram. Point number 2, physical tone. Point number 3, Cass, early to rise.
Yeah, a little bit of a different game day today and a fly into the Calgary today. Now, it's not like it's a long one, not like it's a really extremely lengthy flight for the Oilers to get there today, but it does change up your game day a little bit. So you have the duo where we're just off for a couple of days and not skating and having some good family time and shutting our phones off and not answering anything, which is great, and heading right into a emotional battle of Alberta against your provincial rivals. So it's, I don't think it's quite like the rest versus rust debate, because it's not like this was a week. This wasn't the Olympic break coming out of that, so it's not rest versus rust between two teams, but there is a little bit of that. Hey, the touches haven't been there the last couple of days for both teams because players haven't been on the ice. Now, that's not necessarily a horrible thing for guys that are banged up or nicked up. They get a couple of days to recover, but it does mean that a team that can be a little bit more consistent early on in this one could be the team that ends up winning. I mean, we all know that slop breeds slop in hockey games oftentimes, and if one side ends up being a little bit too loose out there, and the other team goes up or to a goal or two, it could be a game that gets locked down pretty early. We talk all the time about how much first goals matter, and of course statistically they do, and of course there's reasons for that because you have the first goal, you already have one, you're up one, so you're way more likely to win a hockey game. For the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames here, the Calgary Flames struggling to score at all 5-on-5. That start to the game is just huge for Edmonton. Again, in Calgary's probably going to be bringing some of that physicality, probably going to be bringing some of that emotion, and for an odd game day here, the Edmonton Oilers got to be ready to roll right off the start, because I do believe Calgary will be, and for Edmonton, a little bit different game day routine being on the road, but if they can keep it tight out of the blocks, Tommy, I think they're going to be just fine.
Hey, well said. That is Game Changers with our game analyst, Matt Kassian. Game Changers is always brought to you by Damon Bunting Real Estate. Cass, how was Christmas? I got a nice text from your dad. Chapman sent me a Merry Christmas. How was it, buddy?
Yep, 7.5 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, turkey was good. Gravy was suspect. So, No, it was good. I had to pick a number, so I said 7.5 out of 10. But no, it was actually very, very good. Very good to see family, spend time with family. Both my brothers in town, nieces and nephew, sister-in-law, and got to spend a lot of time together. So it was a lot of fun. Family board game night on Boxing Day. Didn't devolve into just a massive fight, which is a huge win. So it was really good.
Yeah. Excellent. Now you got to take the Munchkins somewhere. Where are you going?
Now I got to take the Munchkins. No, I'm ripping them over to Chappie's house, so over to Omi and Opie's house. So they'll be there. We got another event we have to run to for a little bit, which will have the game on, which will be great.
Perfect. And then you'll join us on the post.
And then I'll join on the post game show for sure.
Excellent. All right, Cass. Good stuff as always, my friend. We'll see you in a little bit.
Sounds good, guys.
There you go. There's our game analyst, Matt Kassian, with Game Changers, like I mentioned, brought to you by Damon Bunting Real Estate. You can text us 780-218-9999. Hop into the nasty chat. Rip City Step, I am not reading that. And then nasty chat. I'm not reading that. Oh, boy. Nasty chat. I'm taking a look. I don't know. Lucy Goosey says Maverick talking about tonight. The food, heart attacks in Tupperware. They look amazing. There's caramel drizzle on there. Benny, I'm going to save a couple for you.
Oh, boy.
These things are not going to last long. They look amazing. Twitter Mary, her baking is So good. So good. All right. We are going to hear from Ryan Pike in about 10 minutes' time. We also will go to Calgary, and we'll hear from Chris Knobloch and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. But first, we're going to go to the Game Day Odds Check brought to you by Play Alberta. When you play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta. Safe and secure. The revenue generated from Play Alberta is redirected into Alberta's General Revenue Fund, which is used to support programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. You can hit the EST 50, EST Casino, or EST Sports promos, and that's a $50 free bet when you put in a $50 deposit on all three of those. Of course, EST Casino gets you $50 casino bonus. Your money line for tonight: Edmonton favorites on the road. Road favorites, not dogs tonight. Minus 137. Calgary at plus 116. The over/under set at 6.5. Over at minus 128. The under at minus 104. And if you feel like putting a little sprinkle on there, I did my own little parlay on the football game that's happening right now. I see Green Bay is starting to close the gap. That's great to see. I went Tyler Loop, 2 field goals or 1.5. So he's already got the 2, right? And then I took over 40.5 points. That's probably going to happen. And then I took Green Bay to win. I know both quarterbacks are hurt. I need them to wake up. They're down 20-14.
Yeah, not ideal.
It's possible. It's possible. And that one was a good one. I think that one I put $10 on it. I think I win 70. So, but use your game sense. Use your game sense. I just felt like I needed to put a little sprinkle on my own little parlay. And then I hopped on the Oilers game as well. I'm not going to say what, but that one's worth a nice chunk.
Okay.
Usually I don't bet on the Oilers, but today we're doing it.
We're doing it today. Are you betting on Connor to get 5 points again tonight or what?
I did not. I did not.
How dare you?
Although that was quite impressive what he did the other night.
That was.
I don't know if it's going to be the same. But we'll see. All right, Benny, let's go inside the Oilers locker room. Let's hear from Chris Knobloch as his team gets to come out of the Christmas break and looks to build off of the 5-1 win over Calgary and also maybe has its first winning streak of the season. They've been halted at 2 games numerous times and a chance now to get it done. Here is the head coach of the Oilers.
Record in your last 11 before the break. Can you just maybe hone in on some of the strengths of your team and what you're hoping to see translate on the other side of the break?
Well, I think a lot of our strengths, the way Connor and Leon have been playing, they've been our 2 best players. They are our 2 best players, and they've been playing like it. I think that has a lot to do with it. Special teams has been really good, especially our power play. I'm not sure what our rate is at that during that stretch, and I think we've been playing a lot better defensively, and that has given us a chance every single night. So no matter, some nights you just don't have it offensively, but as long as you're checking and your defensive details are good, you give yourself a chance every night, and I think we've done that.
Can you maybe just take us through the decision that you and the staff made to start Connor as the first 3rd consecutive game?
Just that he's obviously playing really well. Played against Calgary the last game, and continuing with him, just having that start, just rewarding him for getting the wins.
I saw Craig McTavish on the broadcast Tuesday, and he was talking about that decision about going with Ingram, and he said how difficult it might have been for you guys, knowing how well Pickard has played for you guys in times and like in playoffs. Was that accurate? Because I thought it was a pretty good take by Mac T.
Yes, it's it's tough changing that up. Pick said, I know his numbers don't say that he's playing well. Unfortunately, I think we've played some really bad hockey in front of him when he's played, and which is in the past, it's been the opposite. Previous 2 years, we played some of our best hockey when he's been in net. This year, it's been a little bit different, and that's shown in the type of chance we're giving up, and it's been really unfair for him. As for making that decision, it was difficult. Just here's a guy that has played well for us, has come up with some really big wins for us in the past, and we ultimately just wanted to see what Connor had to play back-to-back games, because his first game was good, and second game didn't get tested very much, but when needed, he came up with some big saves.
Obviously, it's the same for everybody when you look at the schedule for the first bit of the season, but just how necessary 3 days here away from the game and how that can benefit a group in the next month or so.
Yeah, it's always nice having some nice breaks, and every team goes some ridiculous schedule stretches. We had a fair share of them early in the year, going to the East Coast a couple times and having some long trips. Second half of the year gets a lot better for us, but anytime we have a little break, it's nice. It's maybe not when the momentum's going your way and you're winning some games. You probably like to stretch it out a little bit longer, but I think everyone appreciates these breaks and some time off to rest and spend some more time with the family, because there's been very little of that.
It was the spirit until 4 days ago. Expecting that to spill over into tonight, Chris?
Yeah, I would think so. Battle of Alberta, and these two teams are usually playing pretty closely. Last game, the score is maybe a little lopsided, but I certainly don't anticipate that happening again tonight.
All right, there's Chris Knobloch getting set for tonight's action at the Saddle Dome. The Oilers and Flames going toe-to-toe for the third of 4 meetings this season. Come on down to Boston Pizza 170th. We've got a good crew here showing up. Jay and Andrea have arrived. It's been a little while since we've seen them. Benny, I know you're going to make your way down here as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be enjoying a triple play from BP's. I can't wait.
You have your dinner picked out. I need to eat something. I can't eat any of these sweets just yet. I can't. I have to hold off.
Yes.
I'm tempted. They're right there. And then Twitter Mary, she put them in front of me. She knows me well, my sweet tooth and my penchant for anything caramel. And it's right there, staring me down. Looks absolutely phenomenal. All right, come on down, join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Game day specials, $5 off medium pizzas, as well as $1 off tankards of Molson and Coors Light. And then we have a lot of prizing tonight. I see a Miami Dolphins coffee mug, I believe, or that might be a beer glass. And then I think we have a Philadelphia Eagles jersey that we're giving away, Benny. Ooh. I think it's the black one, like the third jersey.
Yeah.
Because it's a darker one. I'm going to have to take a look. And then a bunch of Oilers t-shirts. I think we have a Bluetooth speaker. Tony brought out the goodies, man. He had so much stuff in his hands, and he was dropping. I was picking up after him. He's got a Weiser's prize pack, a bunch of GCs. Always a good haul whenever you come down to Boston Pizza 170th. And we have a good crew here, a bunch of nasties. I'm very impressed. I thought it would be pretty quiet considering how bad the roads are and how cold it is. Supposed to dip down to minus 30 tonight. And we have a good turnout tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Come join us, and we'll have a good time. And maybe the Oilers will make it even better. One of 13 games on the schedule. I'm watching the Sens. They just scored to make it 6-5. They're wearing black helmets with their white jerseys. I find that a little bit odd, but there's Trace. Hi, Sticky Rice. There she is. Combine crew. Nice hats. Good to see you. All right. Ryan Pike will be joining us shortly. And the question of the night, Betty, throw it out there one more time.
Question of the night is, if Connor Ingram gets the win tonight, does he take over the backup role when Tristan Jarry is back?
Sticky Dave texting in. Sticky Dave says, not a chance, too soon to declare him ahead of Pickard just yet. Oil Country, you cray. Signed, Sticky Dave. Let's go to Coach Mike. Says, just getting off a 12-hour shift. The least the Oilers could do for me is win 3 in a row. Yes, indeed, Coach Mike. And Oil Tin, who's on location with us, says, with McDavid and Dry going to an outdoor rink over Christmas, how huge would it be for a kid to get in a game of shinny with those two? Yeah, there were some kids out there. I know they were Sam Gagne's kids. Good to see Sam the other night as well up at the press box. Very happy for him. We want to hear from you, 780-218-9999. I'm looking in the nasty chat. Let's see what's going on over there. It's 6-5. Someone said, are the Sens winning? Arthur says, are they winning? Leafs are ahead 5-2. It is 6-5 with 10 minutes left. Sens with the big push. Some stranger says, will the Leafs make the playoffs? I don't know. It's been pretty dicey all year long in Toronto, but I know we don't really feel too bad for them. Our focus is on what's going down at the Saddle Dome tonight. Oilers and Flames, third of 4 meetings this season. Of course, on Tuesday, the Oilers with a 5-1 win over Calgary. Looking for their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Flames looking to get back in the win column as well. And to give us the scoop on the Calgary Flames, we touch base with our good friend Ryan Pike from Flames Nation. Ryan, good to see you the other day in Edmonton. I hope you stayed warm. I hope you had a great Christmas. What's the vibe around the Flames after that game on Tuesday, and what's going on now looking to bounce back?
Well, I mean, I think the Flames were the first to admit they did not play their style of game against Edmonton. When you give Edmonton's skilled players time and space and ability to maneuver, they'll take it. And, 3 power play goals is basically all you need to know about that game, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the power play for the Oilers has been red hot. They took advantage every opportunity they got the other night. Now, I know the Flames want to get physical. They want some jump, but do they have to be super cautious when it comes to being undisciplined at times?
Yeah, I mean, they're a group that their margin for error is very small in any game. They can't outscore their mistakes, so they have to play a really structured, disciplined style. And I think they can be physical, but they just have to finish their checks and not try to go out of their way to do anything silly. So, I mean, we've seen, games in the past where I think there's a good example of that first game of the regular season where Edmonton settled in quickly and the Flames were able to wear them down. And as much as the first game of the season, that shootout loss was Edmonton giving the game away, I think the Flames did what they could to take it. And so if the Flames can just stick to their game, roll their lines, and just grind another team and force them to make mistakes, they're a team that can beat anybody in the league. But just the margin for error is basically nothing.
How much does it help the Flames being at the Saddle Dome? Because you look at their record at home, 9-5-2. They've won their last 2 at home compared to what they've done on the road so far at 6-13-2. What is it about the Dome that has them playing better and has gotten them better results? And what's the difference with them on the road compared to when they're at home?
I mean, as much as I'm going to feel like I'm beating a dead horse, they don't have the ability to really dictate matchups on the road. And at home, I mean, it's a good example of on Tuesday night. If you're the Oilers, you want to keep Connor McDavid the heck away from Michael Backlund, because if the Flames can get Michael Backlund's line out against McDavid, you don't completely negate McDavid, because I don't think that's possible, but you make him a lot less effective. On the road, the Flames, you don't really control when Backlund goes out there, and it makes it easier for McDavid to get 5 assists in a game, for example, just off the top of my head. Whereas at home, the top line of the other team gets a steady dose of Backlund and Coleman, and as a result, I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence the Flames have been doing as well at home as they have been this year.
Ryan Pike joining us from the Saddle Dome as we get you set for tonight's Battle of Alberta. So you said you don't want to beat a dead horse. Would one of those horses or that dead horse be Blasty or potentially Quick Six? Which one is it, Ryan?
Everyone, you want to be nice to Blasty. It's a nice jersey and a very nice mascot. So, I mean, you want to be nice to them.
Okay, fine. We'll give you that one. In goal, Dustin Wolf. I know he did everything he could the other night. I thought he made some brilliant saves. How would you describe the season he's having? I mean, it's tough when you don't have a really solid lineup in front of you and when your team defense struggles at times, but how would you say he's performed so far this year?
I think he's been good. I think early in the season, you can make an argument that he was overplayed a bit. I mean, you start off with back-to-back games in Calgary, Bryn Edmonton, and Vancouver, and you end up using Wolf in both of them. I think it sort of threw off his rhythm a little bit. But, since the beginning of November, I think he's really settled in. The fact is that the Flames have, I think, really developed some confidence in Devin Cooley as backup. And so right now they feel like they have 2 goalies who will give them quality starts. But, if the Flames are going to dig themselves out of the hole they're in, and time will tell if they can. But if they are, it's going to be because Justin Wolf basically dragged them out of it.
Ryan, I know this rumor won't go away, and we're all waiting for the Rasmus Andersson saga to reach its conclusion. Do you think his situation hangs over this team negatively? Do you think it has any effect on the group, or do you think it's been handled well where it's kind of just a side piece that everybody around town in the media is talking about more so than the guys in the room?
I think it's more the latter. I think 2 years ago the Flames had 7 guys on pending expiring contracts. They traded one in the offseason. They re-signed the other one. And then they had 5 guys just, their futures were hanging over the team. And, I think a few of those guys did not have great years. Hannafin looked like he was sort of, in and out. Lindholm actually looked like he was fighting it. I think the best thing for the Flames has been the fact that it doesn't look like it's swaying on Anderson at all. Anderson's been playing, I'd say, some of the best hockey he's ever played as a Flame. And as a result, I mean, if he wants to get a big fancy contract somewhere, here or somewhere else, he's done everything he can to help his cause. And if you're the Flames, if you want to know that the guys in your room are committed to being as good for you as they can be, and I don't think you can look at Anderson's performance and say anything but that. He's been their best player all season. And, I think whenever this saga does end, I think people will look back on his final season potentially with the Flames with a lot of fond memories because he's been a consummate professional in that role.
He's been a good player for the Calgary Flames for a long time. We'll see Rasmus Andersson again tonight against the Oilers on home ice. Ryan Pike with us right now. All right, Ryan, what kind of hockey game do you think we're going to see? Is it going to be super sloppy, or do you think these teams should be able to pick it up where they left off from the other night?
I think it's going to be 40 guys on the ice working off their Christmas dinners, and I think, to be honest, I think that probably plays to the Flames' strengths. If a hockey game is low scoring and, arguably a little bit ugly, that's the Flames style of game. They're a team that isn't built to run and gun. They're a team built for trench warfare, and that's the kind of game they need to play to be effective. So if they can slow things down, turn it into a bit of a slog, and try to score some ugly goals early and get the crowd into it and get the Oilers feeling like they're chasing the game a bit, I think that'll play their strengths.
We'll see how it all plays out. It's always fun when these two teams go toe-to-toe. Ryan, thank you for the time. Good to see you. Happy holidays, my friend. Happy New Year, and stay warm down there, all right?
Oh, yeah. I need to make sure that I have some extra warm beverages for the ride home.
Oh, man. We'll get a hot chocolate or maybe even a coffee ready to go for you on the way out. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. Have a great night, man.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. There you go. Ryan Pike from Flames Nation giving us the scoop on Calgary. What do you think of that, Benny? Trench warfare, says Ryan. He says that would be playing to Calgary's strengths. What if it turns into one of those dog fights between these two teams?
It wouldn't shock me, mainly because, like he was saying, there's a lot of guys with full stomachs of turkey. They're at the playoff. They had a nice break where I assume they didn't touch the ice until pregame skate today. And if it's a low scoring game where both teams, had that break, I think that does favor Calgary. They are the lesser skilled team to comparing the two, and they have the better goaltender net. I know we've been talking about Connor Ingram and all, but Dustin Wolf has been flat out incredible for the Calgary Flames last year and this year. Pretty much they're only saving grace right now. So to me, if it's a low scoring game and teams are fighting it a little bit just because of the break and everything, yeah, it definitely favors Calgary. But if the Oilers come out flying like they were before the break, I honestly think it'll be a similar result to what we got here in Edmonton.
I think people around here will be just fine with that. Damn it, Green Bay. 27-14 at the half. Let's get you up to speed on what's going on around the National Hockey League. 13 games on the schedule. I did put a bet down at Play Alberta. I did a little parlay, and they need Green Bay to win. We've got the 40 points already. We got the 2 field goals from Tyler Loop. I just took Green Bay instead of Baltimore to win, and that might be my downfall tonight. All right, let's look at what's going on around the NHL. So far, the Rangers, fall 2-0 to the Islanders in the Battle of New York earlier in the day. Buffalo 4-1 winners over Boston, and I think Belzy took Buffalo in his Saturday picks on Hello Hockey, did he not? Yeah, good call there. Toronto continues to lead Ottawa 6-5, 5 minutes left in the third. The Sens just killed off a penalty. 3-3 between the Devils and the Caps with a minute left in the third. You've got the Carolina Hurricanes leading the Detroit Red Wings 4-2. 2 minutes left in the third there. Winnipeg hosting Minnesota. Just under 5 minutes left to play in the third. 3-2 the Jets lead the Wild. It is 3-2 in Florida. The Lightning lead the Panthers with 7.5 minutes left to go in that one. And then Nashville trails St. Louis 2-1 after 2. Also after 2, Chicago and Dallas knotted up at 2. And you got LA leading Anaheim 3-0, 5 minutes left to go in the first period. Your late ones tonight: Edmonton at Calgary, San Jose at Vancouver, Colorado at Vegas. All right, you can text us 780-218-9999. We want to see what you have to say in the nasty chat as well. Penner's Pancakes, is this true? Fun fact, the Oilers are the only team to sell out the Saddle Dome lately. Not even the Habs or Leafs did that in the last couple of visits. Tons of orange and blue down there tonight. I want to take a look. I've got the stats for the Flames and the Oilers with attendance. So, Penner's Pancakes saying lately a sellout would be like 19,000 at the Saddle Dome. They had it for opening night. And they've had it against, on the road. They have not had a sellout since opening night, Benny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Canadian city. It should be getting close to selling out every night. But I think this team's in a weird spot. And I think fans know that. And I wonder how the pricing is there, too. Like, I have a couple of buddies down there. I wonder how the pricing is and everything. And of course, the arena. Like,
well, yeah.
They have a new one coming, but the one they're currently playing in isn't the greatest. So, yeah, that's a little bit surprising. At the same time, though, it's Calgary's winning games, man. The butts are going in seats there. That's how it is. That's how hockey is.
That's fair. I'm looking in the Habs. They drew 17,826. And did Toronto roll through town already? No, they have not, but they will be later on in the season. That's surprising. It is a bigger building, like attendance-wise. It has room for 19,000. It's tight in there. It's small, but it's a bit of a surprise. Penner's Pancakes, good fact. Appreciate that very much. All right, Benny, you want to go back inside the Saddle Dome and hear from another player?
Yeah, let's do it. This is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins from the locker room earlier today.
Holiday, what it kind of looked like for you during a couple of down days?
Yeah, just had family come in from Red Deer in Calgary, so it was busy, but really nice family time, and definitely looks a little different with kids now. So, but it was definitely good. Just got some downtime and enjoyed the family time.
Well, it was a Battle of Alberta right before, now Battle of Alberta right after. Maybe what were some of your main takeaways from that last meeting against these guys 4 days ago?
Obviously, the intensity started to ramp up as the game went on, and I thought we had a good start, and we kind of carried that throughout the game. But obviously, keeping our emotions in check tonight is going to be important, and just making sure that we play our game.
You guys were 8-2-1 in your last 11 games before the break. What semblances of your game are you hoping can translate into here tonight and the rest of the schedule?
I mean, everybody's just kind of been on the same page, playing their best hockey. We're starting to get to it, but everybody has the same attitude, the same mindset right now. And I mean, it's early in the year. We showed glimpses of it, but to be able to do it consistently is the hardest part of this league. So we're starting to get to that a little more comfortably, and obviously still a long way to go. Still things that we want to clean up and keep pushing here. But yeah, I mean, it's better as of late.
What was the thing that kind of helped the turnaround, help you guys find a little bit more synergy and more connectedness between the three areas?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it usually just comes down to everybody playing better, feeling more comfortable in the role maybe a little bit too. But, I mean, it's a team game made up of individuals who need to play good hockey to have success as a team. So we've started to find that. Guys are playing well, and we've had success because of it.
The story that's been in net for Connor Ingram, his third consecutive start tonight, just what you've seen from him, not only on the ice, but also as a teammate on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not an easy thing to come in like this. I think the first one was pretty quick turnaround for him, but I mean, just watching him, he just seems calm, confident in the net. He's square to everything, and obviously a good athlete too. So yeah, I mean, so far we've definitely liked what we've seen, and trying to make things as easy as possible on him. Obviously, you do that with any goalie, but a guy coming in new to the team, you want to make things as easy as possible, and we've done a fairly good job so far.
that side too, but just given the way the schedule's been for the early part of the season, how necessary did it feel to have just a few days to get away from it like that?
It was good, definitely. 3 days when you're going that hard definitely feels like a pretty big break. So we got a nice month or so push here, and a lot of time at home, a couple little trips, but mostly at home. So be good to continue to establish our home game and roll right into that break, but we'll be pushing here for the next month.
There you go. There's the new Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with a goal the other night against the Calgary Flames. The Oilers with that 5-1 win the other night. They were really, really good in that one, looking to continue the hot hand against Calgary in Calgary tonight. We got Norman at Combine here. Whole Combine crew looks like they're here hanging out. We got a lot of nasties that are down here at Boston Pizza 170th. Come join us. It's always a great time. Benny's going to come down here as soon as we finish up the pregame show, taking advantage of game day specials. Benny, they also announced just, I think, within the last day, an hour ago on their Facebook to be exact, they have their winter stroke play golf tournament that they're going to be happening over on the Coors Light Golf Simulator here at BP 170th Street. Cold weather, hot competition. Join our winter stroke play indoor simulator tournament. It runs January 12th to March 30th, 10 weeks. Top 3 winners get prizes. Registration is now open and it closes January 11th. Lock in your spot. The link is on their Facebook page, and then I think we're going to help get it up as well. We'll try to boost that through our socials and make it available to those that might want to join. I don't see a fee for this. I'll check with Curtis, but they just want to get a bunch of people. They want to fill this up. They got a great trophy, the Coors Light Cup, and Tony and Curtis are super excited to get this winter stroke play league going. And I was talking to Curtis. It was supposed to happen like at the end of November. They had to delay it a little bit, and now they have it ready to go. So the golf sim, I think the timing of it too, like if you can come in, want to bite to eat and get your round in, you can do that. It's very easy. So there's no like set
regular
times.
golf sims, man. Like it's like
$20 an hour.
$20 an hour for that golf sim, and you get the chill at BP. Like it's awesome. My buddies and I have done it. It's great. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, so they got the league going for the winter, and they want you to join. Check out the details. Boston Pizza 170th Street on Facebook, and then you can check them out as well on Instagram, and the link to sign up is there. The Coors Light Cup. It's actually a pretty nice cup and trophy that they got. Some prizing will be available for the top 3 players. Check that out. Okay, Benny, we're going to go through lineups one more time to get to some texts and some final thoughts as the Oilers go toe-to-toe with the Flames yet again. Here we go. For the Oilers tonight, McDavid between Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Roslovic. Henrique between Mangiapane and Savoy. Frederick with Jones and Janmark. On defense, Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Regula. Stasny with Emberson. No Lazar. No Riley Stillman for the Oil. 7-5 Toronto. 13 seconds left. Just a quick score update there. For the Flames tonight, Morgan Frost with Jonathan Huberdeau and Matt Coronado. Nazem Kadri with Yegor Sharangovich and Joel Farabee. Michael Backlund centering Connor Zary and Blake Coleman. John Beecher between Ryan Lomberg and Adam Klapka. On defense for the Flames, Kevin Ball with Rasmus Anderson. Jan Kuznetsov paired up with Mackenzie Weegar. Joel Hanley with Hunter Brustevich. And then out for the Flames, Braden Pahal and Justin Kirkland. Your starting goalies for tonight, 28-year-old Connor Ingram for the Oil, 2.0 GAA, 920 save percentage in the 2 games he has played. He's won both of those. He has a 3-1-1 record, lifetime versus Calgary, and a 273 goals against average, 906 save percentage in 6 appearances against the Flames. Ooh, we got some rough stuff happening in Toronto. I like it.
What's the score?
I like it. 7-5 is the final, but a lot of gloves on hands
for the Leafs.
For the Leafs, yeah.
I mean, they were up 5-2. That's interesting how
they got dicey. Oh, look at that. Brady Tkachuk starting it up.
Oh,
going
no
after
way.
Troy Stetcher. What a shock. They all went after Stetcher. Stetcher started dishing it out. I respect the hell out of that. Okay, for the Flames tonight, 24-year-old Dustin Wolf gets the nod. He is 11-14-2, 3.0 goals against average, .895 save percentage, 2 shutouts in 28 games this year. Wolf versus Edmonton, 1-1-1 record, 354 goals against average, .893 save percentage in his 3 appearances versus the Oil. And we'll give you a bonus Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy injury report. Book your assessment today at www.advantagesportmed.ca or call 780-460-9977. Jake Wallman, LTIR, lower body. Noah Philp, LTIR, upper body. Kasperi Kapanen, LTIR, knee. Connor Clattenburg, LTIR, eye. For the Flames, Jake Bean, IR undisclosed. Martin Pospisil, IR undisclosed. Samuel Honzek, IR, upper body. Benny, some final thoughts from you.
Yeah, this is man, I'm excited. This is it was a fun game to watch Tuesday night. A lot of fun, obviously just fireworks and animosity, but also just the top guys in the NHL playing like top guys in the NHL. I said it after Tuesday. I think this is Connor's best stretch he's ever had in his career. I'm curious to see if that continues tonight against Calgary, but lots of stuff to look at. Connor Ingram, how will he look in his 3rd start as an Oiler? Has Trent Frederick answered the bell after being healthy scratched? Not last game, but the game before. Thought he had a solid game against the Flames on Tuesday. Let's see if that continues today. There's lots of stuff to look at today. I'm excited, and I'm sure it'll be nothing short to talk about in the post-game show in a couple hours. So yeah, should be fun.
All right, nicely done. Let's go to the inbox really quickly. The Wolf says, hey guys, the Wolf just got back to camp in Kitimat. Only 6 more days up here. I was supposed to come to the watch party tonight, and the wife even said she would have driven, so I could have indulged. Guess I'll just hang out in my camp room and grind Chell 26 while I watch the Oilers extinguish some flames. Hey, Benny, let's do some hut sometime. And I think he sent in this. Oh, no, that was a little while ago. What else do we have? Rip City Step. I'm just reading your text from earlier. Nasty chat. What do we got? Wild wins in OT. Penner's Pancakes like the 3-way passing on that. And then Ace says, this is McDavid's best stretch ever. He got tired of hoping the bums on his team can get anything done. See ya then, Penners. Enjoy the game. Ace, are you okay? You misspelled like 75% of your words in those 3 texts. Hope you're all right. Hope you are all right. All right, that's going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Big thank you to Ryan Pike from Flames Nation hopping on with us. The Oilers have won their last 5 visits to the Saddle Dome, looking to make it 6 straight overall. Haven't lost there since March 26, 2022. It was a 9-5 final in that one. They'll also search their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Can they get it done? We'll see. They're the favorites over at Play Alberta. That's it for this fine and dandy show. A big thank you to Pike once again for hopping on. And for Matt Kassian and Benny Thomson, I'm Tom Gazzola saying enjoy the game. Come on down here at BP 170th and join these nasties. Plenty of great prizes and game day specials to take advantage of. Ciao for now. See you on the postgame show.